Do you know how he was arrested? 10th of June 2021, I made a video and said he was in Southern Cameroon. Ask anybody in the NIA who first gave them that information. I followed him like evil spirit. I don't hide my feelings towards him. One day, after my phone wa ebu adere ice water, about pure water. Eji mi isi abo potatoes. Red granite esiresi. Raw conductor na Lagos. Sa moto. Kai bastard. Necha manya. Se na neme human trafficking. Mu atara phone wa. Jo obodo ibo take a risk. Many things ni ne me no obodo ibo wenke bobu na enwu dem 20 years apụta bem. Kanga atacha afọ a. A bastard, a jobless fool. Nwa Ghana na enye nni na UK. Baba na Brixton. Kide necha manyi de jogu di kam mmadụ a fool that is not worth anything. Mami yo nwere your pastor Sami dead na edi na nne ya. O nwekwara ọkụ. Megbughị ya. Ọ dị ndụ pụta ebe o je.
What are you talking about?
Nnamdi Kanu. Enwe one man n'Ọsụ. Ọ gwara ha bepụ amụ. Ama m ifo that man ebepụrụ amụ ya that time. Akwa o mecha gwa ha nye the man na ndụ. Bịa n'Ọsụ ka ịnụ story. Ihe these people mgbe ọ gbara ọsọ na Farukwu Ibe ka ọkwa n'Ọsụ ka ọ nọ.
Nnamdi.
Yes. Obodo protect ya na ihe ọtọ nụrụ ya tụ. Free Ọsụ na ofu onye anọghị dị. Village Odumeja. Clan ya. Gogo. Nwanne from this time yesterday till now ofu onye agafebeghị dị. First, ka amegodi establish na onwe ihe dị ka Biafra agitation anywhere. Ihe a bụ a political gimmick. There is no single agitation anywhere. Quote me. Na na-achọ inweta new obodo. Kezi ya nwezi House of Reps member for. Onye oyi ọzọ Biafra bụ na abụghị for business. For every single person. One, IPOB bụ a private business. Go and pull up the registration document first. IPOB Worldwide Limited. Nature of business. Private limited company. Number of people with significant share. One, being Nnamdi Kanu. This is the registration document. So that is all you need to know first. Ndị niile foro nọ n'obodo Igbo bụ ndị aka na-abara n'ife dị. Ka nye gị nke Turkey. Kennedy onweghị ọchị na Turkey. O soro ndị isi IPOB. Onye mechi onweghị ọ pastara na 419 na ọ na-arụ. Viano, Aiko Ogonogo, Uche Ntonto, Umeji amụ nwa dara ada. Boga from South Africa to India and Turkey ọnọgo obodo Igbo more than 38 years. Bunch of losers. Ngwanezienu ndị nke bụ commander ha na general ha ESN. Gentle, failed carpenter, ọ mụrụ ọrụ carpentry na about 6 months ọ nọgbughị agba ọsọ gbajeta je buru motorcycle ka ọ nọrọ ebe ọ ga na-ezu ọkụ na-apị ndị ajadu aka n'ara na village ọhịa ọ na-arụ n'Ọkigwe. Bute ụzọ carpenter ụwa ha nke a na-akpọ ụwa m carpenter eye pencil keke mechanic.
Okay, let's go to Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra, and everything. Even when Nnamdi Kanu was free and talking, you're more like the lone voice that was talking against him, or the most heard and everything.
Yes.
Because when Nnamdi Kanu was talking,
other people.
Yes, other people were talking. Ngwa, you were so vocal, you were so that prompted people ina what's good udene.
I like you the name.
Akwya? Ajano. Ke against Nnamdi Kanu, then and now.
Let me start the chronicle of my encounter with Nnamdi Kanu. First off, I didn't know him, and as somebody that is not particularly interested in this their Biafra thing, it was in 2015 that I first heard his name after he was arrested, and I didn't pay much attention to it. I was like, on the Biafra. Then around 2016, by then I was broadcasting on social media, then just a live video on Facebook. Then I was teaching geopolitics, military history, and the history of West African history, because by then I've done an extensive research, and most of the things I was watching online, I don't like them. I just did one small video like this posted, and it was just on my Facebook account. It was like 40K, and so many people were sending me questions, and the way I was asking, one guy told me, man, you'll be good in this, and please, why don't you try maybe giving us 1 hour every day? Then I started teaching. Then all these people were like, oh, they are holding our brother, please lend your voice, this and that. if you can find any of my Facebook account, although they were taken down then eventually, but those days, if you see all those my videos, it was mostly religion and religion and I just want to make sure it's not the organ. Religion and this Nnamdi Kanu issue, and I was calling for his release then. Funny enough, I was calling for his, and they will be contacting me. Who to a point they even want to be paying me. I told them no, I'm not interested in your money. Then after he came out in 2017, I ceased. I just started concentrating on my geopolitical programs, and that was the first year Trump.
So you once lended your voice
of
for
course.
Nnamdi Kanu's release.
Of course, I lent my voice then. That 2016, because they said they have given him bail, but the FG refused to honor it. And me being a Buharist, I didn't care that I was a Buharist. I was just telling them, if the court said you should release him, then release him. Because this is brewing something else. I didn't want our people to start having unnecessary issues. People, just your normal thing you should do as somebody who is activism oriented. Then when he came out, I didn't talk about them anymore. Even Nnamdi Kanu was following me with a fake account. Yes. There's this account of his, even his brother Emmanuel was using it then. I will teach something, I'll be teaching something, he will be asking me some questions. I'll be telling him, to the point they even sent somebody that is close to my uncle, Deudo. The guy said his name is Tony. He lives in Australia now, but he lived in Moscow with my uncle then. He called me and told me he knew my uncle. The way he explained the things he said made me believe he knew my uncle. Then he told me he's giving all this information to Nnamdi Kanu too. Then I didn't call it anything. Then towards 2019, I don't know if you remember the tanker incident, that fire incident that engulfed Ochanja.
Yes.
November 1 in 2019. When that tanker fire happened, he was shouting, that the Fulanis have burnt Onitsha, that they've burnt Onitsha, that they used their trailer to douse the whole of Onitsha with fuel. But I'm like, which kind talk be this thing? Then I saw on social media in front of Nitel, this Nitel near Onitsha South, Mass Transit, and this is area I know very well. Then I saw where the fire was burning. I was like, that drainage system went straight to River Niger. This tanker fell and spilled its content. And Ochanja people, normally here in Onitsha, many of them burn their refuse. So that fire, the same way the water follows to Niger, is the same way this fuel, petrol, will also flow to the Niger. Then it came in contact with fire. That was what caused that fire. Then I made a video and said, why are you blaming the Fulanis for what they have nothing to do with? Instead of you blaming the market leaders for not having fire trucks. And November was dry season. So I'm like, if you actually care for the wellness of Ndibo, you should be asking the Ochanja people, why don't you people have any fire fighting equipment? At least water. You could have used that water to salvage most of the goods and save so many people. Then somebody even told me that they recently contributed money for the fire trucks, that the chairman did not buy the fire trucks. Then I made another video and like, Nnamdi Kanu, see who you should be holding responsible. They've contributed money for this fire truck and the chairman of the market refused to buy it. So why are you blaming the Fulanis? My brother, it was like I stirred up a hornet nest. The way they were attacking, they took down my Facebook account that day. And that time, prior to that period, I never wanted to open any Facebook page. I was just using my personal account, and if they massively report it, they can just take it down. Then they started saying, oh, that they will pursue me from social media. One thing you will never do in this life is to dare me. And when they said that thing, I said, okay, you people are the ones taking down this account. I then opened a page. That was the first Ijele Speaks page. Even at that time, I've not started this my brazen attack on them. So the next year, that was around February, Nnamdi said something, and he was teaching this is a half-baked history. I said, no, it's not true. I gave the right version of the history. The attack started again. Oh, they will do this, they will do that. I kept quiet. In April, Nnamdi Kanu made a post. I was just teaching geopolitics that morning. I think it was April or March. That time, that day, the Munich conference happened earlier. That was 2020. Then I was teaching about the Munich conference and the people involved. Then I was trying to point to them that if you check the Berlin conference of 1884, December to January 1885, that this is how these people own Africa. Then I started, calling out all these companies and these corporations that are using to control resources in Africa and all that. Then I saw some people started posting something totally different from what I was teaching. Started posting one post by Nnamdi Kanu that any Igbo person that says they are not doing it right or they don't know what they are doing should come up for a debate. That was Nnamdi Kanu's post. And there was a time I was making, imagine I would be broadcasting, I would just be teaching on my platform, and they will come. Why don't you shut off this thing? Nnamdi Kanu is live, and you are live at the center. I say, are you mad? If your Nnamdi Kanu is alive, what's my business? Is live. What my business with him being live? Get the fuck out of here. Go there and watch his if you want to watch him. I'm here teaching my thing differently. Am I with you people and your Biafra? Come on, get it. Kind of responding to the. They once said, are you more intelligent than Nnamdi Kanu? I told him I would beat him like a drum on a debate stage. That was the word I used. Then that day when the guy posted that thing, I said, now come and challenge our leader. You said the same person. You said you will beat. I said, no, I didn't say I beat him. I will beat him like a drum. Remember how I said it? He said, okay, now that time he said the person has to be a doctor. This is a guy that did not graduate university. That you have to be a doctor, a doctorate degree holder, a priest, or a traditionalist. I said, well, sign me up as a traditionalist. Let me debate. And mind you, that time you can use Zoom, but he said it will be via Skype. How do you do it? I said, well, you actually didn't want to do it in the first place. I went and changed my Skype to my face, because that time my Skype was a dashboard of a car. Then I changed it because I wanted him to know that it's me. I told them, go and sign up for me. On that, they said, no, you have to do it yourself. I said, no, if I do it, he will pretend not to see it. It's best you people do it. Then after, I started my teaching. After teaching, I went to his page, saw that more than 200 entries on my behalf have been submitted. 3 days later, they called me that I should withdraw from the debate. I said, withdraw where? Withdraw how? Why should I withdraw? If he's tired, he should withdraw. If he doesn't want to do it, let him withdraw. I'm not going to withdraw for anybody, because I know if nobody comes up tomorrow, they will say when Nnamdi Kanu called for a challenge. Nobody. And if you are a real Igbo man, you know that you don't challenge the public when you don't know your onion.
Yes.
You don't, because somebody must actually call your bluff. At that point, what do? Then they started calling my father. That I'm challenging Nnamdi Kanu. This one. My father knows where not to call me over that. Because he mistakenly did it. I shunned him. everybody like, don't ever. That thing it says he knows, he will bring it. We shall see who knows better. And it was like 2 weeks away. The main week where this was supposed to take place, Nnamdi Kanu ran away. He stopped broadcasting.
Pineleaf Estate and Properties. Ndị nna m onye ọlụ. Abịa n'ọlụ a, Shahara Pineleaf Estate and Properties.